If you unplugged, tuned out, and kicked back on Easter weekend, good for you, and not to worry, because we've got you covered as we catch up with the important happenings here on Liberty News TV. I'm Norvell Rose. If you did a Google search for big-time Easter oddities, you'd likely find Google itself in the search results. On Easter Sunday, the gurus at Google decided to honor not a worldwide religious holiday, not the teachings of Jesus, not the principles of peace and spiritual renewal, not even the Easter bunny or chocolate eggs. No, Google paid tribute to the late labor organizer Cesar Chavez on his birthday. Chavez, of course, the driving force behind the creation of the United Farm Workers Union. Union, organizer, big labor. Google, Eric Schmidt, billionaire Obama supporter, climate activist. Google. You get the picture. Another Easter curiosity arising out of the church service President Obama and family attended. According to press reports, Obama's pastor chose Easter Sunday to rail against so-called captains of the religious right as racists, sexists, and xenophobes. Reportedly, the clergyman said, "It drives me crazy when the captains of the religious right are always calling us back. For blacks to be back in the back of the bus, for women to be back in the kitchen, for immigrants to be back on their side of the border." One can only wonder if Barack Obama has found his new Reverend Wright to influence his thinking, or to reflect it. How does your state rank in the latest listing of the freest states in the country? The extensive report from George Mason University bases its findings on fiscal and regulatory policy as well as personal freedom. The freest state? North Dakota. The least free? New York. Curiously, one state often cited for its steadfast protection of freedom, Texas, did not make the top 10. New surveys from Rasmussen reports on America's attitudes about government. The findings? 64% of American adults think that we are far too dependent on the government for financial aid. About that same percentage, 62%, prefer smaller government with fewer services and lower taxes. And yet, is that the way America's heading? And talk about the way we're heading. It appears we may be going down the path towards some sort of congressional deal on immigration reform. The Gang of Eight in the Senate reportedly moving toward a pathway to citizenship for illegals already here, with heightened border security, of course, whatever that means. And what about border security? According to a new report on townhall.com, illegal crossings have doubled, maybe even tripled, since all the talk about amnesty and those sequester budget cutbacks. Details on these and other stories at LibertyNEWS.com, including the Purple Heart break for victims of the Fort Hood shooting. LibertyNEWS.com online, at Liberty on Twitter, and Liberty News TV on your schedule for tomorrow. I'm Norvell Rose. Thanks for watching.